Hi guys, Casey from Master of None again. Nice to see you all. Well, I actually can't see you. You can see me, but I can't see you. But nice to be able to speak to you again. I have some really interesting news for you. Well, actually a secret, which I'm going to tell you, which is one of the most important or most helpful disability tricks ever. And I'm going to tell you all about it now. So let's check it out. So what is it that I want to tell you about? Well, the first picture I'm going to show you is about something that you've probably seen dozens of times, and people use it for dozens of things. But before we look at that picture, let's just do the three things that I'd like you to do for me if you don't mind. Now, one of them is to subscribe, the second is to hit the notification bell, and the third is to hit the like button. So that's subscribe, notify, and like. So if you can do those three things for me, fantastic. I'd appreciate that very much. So what is the secret I want to tell you about? Let's look at the first picture. Can you see what that picture is? Are you thinking to yourself, what is that funny egg-shaped thing? What is he talking about? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's called blue tack. Blue tack. Now, we've seen blue tack all over the place, haven't we? But for a disabled person, blue tack is the most fantastic piece of equipment you could possibly want. Blue tack can be used for all sorts of things if you've only got one arm or one hand, because it's versatile. You can hold it and keep it in your pocket. You can then use it to hold things down wherever you are and whatever you're doing. So I'm going to use an example. There's some pictures of the examples here. So one of the things you can do with blue tack, for instance, we'll talk about this in another video, but there's a piece of equipment that people who are disabled use. It's for spreading bread or toast, whatever the case may be. It now slides onto the sideboard or the table, whichever you're using. The trouble with it is it's no good if you just put it on there, because it itself slides all over the place. So when you're trying to spread, while the bread may stay in place, the sliding thing doesn't, or the plate doesn't. It ends up sliding all over the place. So how can we cure that? Using blue tack, because as I said, blue tack is a useful tool. Well, let's just look at some of the other pictures. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take the blue tack and you want to do this with it. Turn it into like a snake. So a nice long snake. Then you can all do this one-handed, because I can certainly do it one-handed, so you can do it one-handed. So you make this snake shape with it. Then you take this snake shape and you go around. Hang on, let me just get, yeah. So then you take the snake shape, take the piece of blue tack, and you put it around the edges. Can you see how that's done? All the way around the edges, yeah? It looks very weird actually in place, but you do that with it. Then once you've done that, you put some more on the end, or the end piece, and then of course it just goes onto the sideboard, pushed down firmly in place, and I can tell you what, that will not move. So then if you want to spread a piece of toast or you want to spread a slice of bread, no problem. But blue tack is the key. So I mean, that's just one example. You can use it to do anything with. I use it for all sorts of varieties of things that I need to keep in place when I'm using one-handed. So there you go. Masters of None's recommendation, blue tack, for all sorts of variety of things. And I'm sure that maybe when I do some other videos, I'll be able to show you some other things that you can do with blue tack, because it is the most versatile tool, and I think any disabled person should carry a lump of it in their hands, in their pocket, because it's so useful. So thanks very much for listening. As I say, the three things that I need you to do for me, that's subscribe and notify, and of course hit the like bell if you like this video, that is. And even if you don't, do it anyway. No, I'm only joking. Of course, only do it if you like it. So thanks very much for listening, and I'm sure we'll speak again in the future as I do other videos. So enjoy the rest of your day if you can, and I'll speak to you then. Bye.